Good evening and salutations, my YNR fans. You know, the conversation between Kyle, Claire, and his parents went exactly the way that I expected it to. Because Kyle is an entitled prick, okay? So, besides in the beginning when they were talking about Harris, everything after that went tits up, okay? Between his conversation with them in the beginning, his talk with Audra, because Audra was just pissed off at Kyle, and part of me was just like, part of me was like, what do you think you're actually gonna get from you just coming at Kyle, sitting that they're being angry and saying that you tattletale on me? You think that Kyle's gonna be hurt? You think he's gonna be scared or anything like that? Like, I think this is when there was a point where she was talking to Nate, and she was like, I used to be better at the game than this. I used to be able to sit there and see moves coming a mile away. I mean, I outsmarted Tucker McCall, but yet I'm sitting there being blindsided by some entitled prick like Kyle Abbott. In a sense, I guess, yeah. In a sense, she's been off her game. I mean, again, what was that confrontation supposed to do? I'll tell you what, though, Nate clearly had all the right. So yeah, Nate clearly had all the right things to sit there and say because one minute she was in a really angry and pissy mood and she was venting to Nate about her getting played, her almost getting fired, and just annoyed about the whole situation. And after Nate gave her some advice on how to deal with Victor and some words of encouragement, um, well, he definitely managed to turn her frown upside down. And let's just sit there and say, as a man, I was just very happy. I mean, she is the type of woman that has coined the phrase "va va va voom." Okay, that's all I'm gonna sit there and say. There's a point. The problem with Kyle and Diane, in a sense, it's like Diane can't win. No matter what she says to Kyle, you know, she wants Kyle to be honest. She apologized for her past. No matter what she does, she can't win. You know, Kyle is trying, and of course, Kyle is trying to make himself look like the victim. Oh, I was sitting there trying to help you out at work, and you're sitting there saying I'm trying to sabotage. Bro, that's literally what you were doing. I mean, hell, you even said to Summer that you had resentment towards her. But now you want to sit there and try to play the martyr? So he just starts spouting all this stuff and trying to make it seem like Diane is just only caring about herself, that every conversation, all her feelings is all about her. And there's a point where Victor comes in and, hypes up Kyle, talking about he's his own man and, you need to respect him. And I'm like, bro, I was like, first of all, Victor, what the hell are you doing? Like, this is a family affair. And of course, Victor feels the need to sit there and butt in. And my whole thing is, Diane is literally sitting there telling him, yo, this dude is literally using you. But Kyle, being Kyle, is so mad at his parents that he is choosing to not see it in a sense. Like, I think on some level, he knows that Victor's just using him. But because he wants to sit there and prove himself so badly that he's just going along at this point. So Diane goes back and has to sit there and tell Jack about Victor's jumping into a conversation and pretty much continuing to poison Kyle from his family. But in reality, it seems like he doesn't really. When you stop to think about it, he doesn't really have to do that much. That's the thing about Kyle. Kyle is so entitled that it's like it doesn't take much to sit there and push him. But at some point, Kyle and Claire meet back up, and Kyle apologizes for not, being all kumbaya and making up with his parents. And Claire was like, "Yo, listen, this whole thing was not going to get fixed in a day. So it's going to take some time or whatever." They talk a little bit, and of course, towards the end, they wind up kissing. Now, I just sat there and I looked at the situation. I was like, "What took you so long?" Because we all saw that coming. We all saw that coming. It's going to be interesting it's going to be interesting, that dynamic moving forward. And I stand by what I said. Claire makes Kyle more tolerable because looking back at General Hospital, it's the same way with Spencer and Trina. This makes me wonder though, if you are a fan of both shows, you watch both shows, who do you think was a more insufferable prick? Spencer Cassidy on General Hospital or Kyle Abbott on The Young and the Restless? See, I haven't really watched the show as long as other people. All I know is when they got back, Kyle. See, the thing is, Kyle was more boring than the being a prick. So it's like, in a sense, it's like, yes, you made him interesting because it's like, well, now every time he's on there, he's just kind of annoying. He just comes across as an entitled ass. But he's not boring like he was. He was so boring that I was like, what is the point of both him and Summer being on the show? I don't know if that's just a testament to just bad writing, though, at this point. Anyway, Phyllis sees Billy and Victor going at it, and I can see where Victor's coming from with the whole Billy likes to peacock, because the whole time he's sitting there boasting about about his launch and how it's going to be big, and it's going to blow the world apart and everything like that. Like, just really boasting about this whole thing, and Victor's just sitting there laughing like, "Oh wow, it's going to be that guy. It's going to be a game changer." Oh, okay, sure, whatever you say. Now Phyllis sees this whole thing, and she pretty much kind of pitches the idea to work for Billy. And seeing how Lily's going and Chance is going, all this stuff rests on his shoulders. So after she makes her sales pitch and is about to leave, Billy, I guess on some level, realized that she's right. They work well together, and he does need an ally. Decides to hear her out. Now, one of her conditions is getting Daniel, like to work with her or whatever. Because Daniel's performance was never a problem. It was their personal issue between him and Lily. He got fired on some BS because, well, it was just BS. Daniel was a scumbag for what he did, and I'm not going to sit there and try to sugarcoat that. That's not a fireable offense, and we all know if the roles were reversed, I mean, let's be honest, Daniel would have been canceled. Excuse me. Now, while Diane and Kyle are talking in the park, that famous park when they have like a swing set and a bunch of kids playing that we never see? Hmm, hiccups. I mean, the conversation doesn't really go anywhere, and I apologize because I do have the hiccups, but I really want to finish this review. The conversation doesn't really, oh, Scott, this conversation doesn't really go that much of anywhere, except for Jack does thank Claire for at least trying to get Kyle to see some sort of reasoning. She has a positive effect on him. No, so she's a good nanny. I wouldn't. I felt like it was a bit much for Jack to sit there and consider um, Claire part of the family. Like, yes, she is doing a good job with Harrison, looking out for him, and also looking out for Kyle. Also, what I didn't know, because I'm still new to this show, is that Jack mom left Jack just like Diane left Kyle all those years ago. So I guess in a lot of ways he thought, since he was able to find closure and forgive his mom later on when she came back, that it was going to be the same thing for his son. Anyway, I don't know how this whole thing is going to play out because let's just be honest. Diane can't win no matter what she does. And every time that they start speaking, it's like Kyle has to either throw insults or walk away. Either no matter what he's doing, he always seems to find a way to sit there and hurt his mom. And like I said, oh excuse me, like I said, it's going to take something very dramatic for that relationship to change. I don't know if it's going to be like a near-death experience, some sort of illness or something, but whatever it is, it's going to have to be drastic. Anyway, I feel like that's pretty much about it. And to be honest, I'm just kind of tired of these hiccups. So if I forgot anything, I already did the live stream, but oh, excuse me, we'll talk about it on Monday or Tuesday, depending on what's going on. Hopefully, it'll be Monday. Or if you're a member, it'll be this week. Oh, excuse me, it'll be this weekend. And if you're not a member, hit the join button in the description box below. With that being said, I'm going to go. I'll see you in the next video.